Hello, everyone, and welcome to What's Under the Sun. My name is Mr. J, but you can just call me Jay, and I will be your host. And I'm so glad you guys can be here for my very first podcast episode. This is my first time podcasting, and I'm so excited to talk to you guys and just talk your ears off about pretty much anything and everything under the sun. I'll try to keep to big button topics and well, we'll just see how it goes, but we'll keep it pretty light for you guys. So I hope you can enjoy, and thanks for listening. Alright, guys, so today I wanted to start things off by kind of talking about health. And we're just going to go over some overall things, some of my thoughts and opinions about it, and kind of look into what I do for my health. And you guys don't have to take any of this seriously. You guys can take it with a grain of salt, but let's get to it. So, to me, there are two types of health. I know this is pretty basic stuff, but there's physical and mental health. Now, I know there's also, you can go into emotional health, you can go into spiritual health, whatever you guys want, but I want to talk to you guys today about physical and mental health. And to me, these are the main aspects and the most important. And sometimes I think mental health can be a lot more important than physical health. You know what I mean? So, when it comes to my physical health, me personally, I am not one to go for the big fads, the keto diets, the just diets in general, the cleanses. I'm not one to go for those. And I know when people talk about physical health, you can go in two ways. There's the eating side, and then there's the working out side. And, in my opinion, and in my experience, well, I think, let's just start off here. I think I got pretty lucky. I have a very high metabolism, and so I stay pretty skinny. It's hard for me to gain fat, and it's hard for me to gain weight. I know people are always like, oh my gosh, you need to eat more. You're so skinny. Trust me, guys, I eat. But I know a lot of people, I have many, many friends who are considered maybe slightly overweight, very overweight, maybe just perfect, just average. And many times, I've heard people use this as an excuse to not work out and to not eat healthy because they're like, well, my metabolism they just won't change anything. I have a slow metabolism, so it doesn't matter what I eat, doesn't matter how much I work out, I'm going to be fat. And you know what, guys? That's what I think is the main problem with this whole physical health thing. You don't need a big fad. You don't need a crazy cleanse or a crazy diet. Guys, I just think you need to work out. Now, of course, that you need to eat healthy. You can't just eat sugar and crackers and drink soda and coffee all day. You need to try to eat healthy in some ways. Eat your greens, eat your vegetables. If you're not into eating meat, don't eat meat. But, you need a protein substitute of some sort. But yeah, eat healthy, but it's okay. I've never counted carbs. I've never counted all those things. I've tried doing that. It works all right, but you can't just rely on those things. If you are just eating healthy, but you're not working out, you're still going to gain weight. You're still going to get that fat, because the most important part about that physical health and getting and shedding that weight, shedding that unwanted fat, is working out. And that doesn't mean you have to lift weights. It doesn't even mean you have to go to the gym. It can mean whatever you want it to mean. And what I mean by that is it depends. It depends on where you are in your physical health. So if you're someone who weighs 400 pounds, you're not going to be working out the same as someone who weighs 150 pounds. You know, if you have a lot of that fat and a lot of that weight, maybe just start off by walking. Maybe just walk half a mile a day for a week, and then maybe add another quarter mile the next week. Maybe add another quarter mile the next week, or even the next month. But the most important thing is to get out there, start doing something. It's so easy just to get bogged down and get tired of having all that weight. And I know I'm not speaking from experience when it comes to having lots of weight and lots of fat, but I've seen so many people use this as an excuse, guys. And it's not an excuse. I'm not saying that in any mean way. Like, I want this to be the nicest way possible, but it's not an excuse. I see such a difference in people who, though they may have a slow metabolism, though they may gain weight easily, they're out there working hard. They're out there, running daily or weekly. And guys, it shows. It shows. Working out does the most to you emotionally and physically than anything else. Okay? So there's two parts to this physical health thing. There is eating healthy, and this doesn't need to be like, oh, I can't eat any sugar. Oh, I can't drink a single soda. You can have those things, but try to eat healthy as much as you can. Whether it's how much you can afford or how much you have time for. Maybe making a smoothie a couple times a week, or trying to have greens with every dinner, something like that. Maybe choosing to drink water a little bit more than soda. Those are the small things that you guys can do, and it doesn't have to be a giant fad, and that's what I think is missing today, is those small increments of change. Those working on things daily, weekly, monthly, and continuing to do so. So, those are my two thoughts on the whole physical health aspect. Now, when it comes to mental health, this is a funny topic for me because, as of next week, I will have just graduated college. And I was able to graduate in 4 years exactly. I did my time. I got, 134 hours. And not saying that college is for everyone, but man, was it a long 4 years. And college, guys, college teaches you things unknowingly. I will tell you that. And one of the biggest things that I've learned through college is how to keep yourself mentally healthy. And it can be something that's hard to understand and hard to get a grip on, but it's something that is so vitally important to us. And this can be summarized as in, take care of yourself, guys. Stress is the evil of mental health. It's the thing we are fighting against daily, especially in today's society, guys, where people are working 15-hour, 18-hour days. People are getting 2 hours of sleep, 3 hours of sleep. I know I barely got more than 5 hours of sleep in any particular night. I was lucky if I got 5 hours of sleep in college. But guys, your mental health is the most important thing. You cannot be physically healthy if you are not mentally healthy. Okay? Being physically healthy, in my opinion, starts with being mentally healthy. And that starts with one thing, and that's sleep. Guys, you have no idea how many times I had to decide whether I was going to pull an all-nighter and study for an exam or finish a paper or sleep. And once I started getting into my junior and senior year of college, I found out the more I slept, the better I worked. I wasn't going to force myself to spend 8 hours doing a paper when if I spent 3 hours and got a good night's sleep, I could actually finish it up in less than 3 hours. Same thing with studying for a test. I found out the hard way that I didn't have to stay up all night studying for tests. I just needed to get a good enough sleep. Sometimes there's these, especially, 101s and stuff like that, but there are tests where you need to spend a lot of time, but you cannot sacrifice that sleep. You need to find a way to get that sleep in, because otherwise you're not going to work. Your mind's not going to work, your body's not going to work, and this is going to suck. So that's why I believe that mental health is the most important thing, and it's also, in my opinion, one of the hardest to learn. I didn't start learning about mental health until I had my first panic attack in college, and I didn't even know what was going on. But after that, I decided, I'm going to take a look at myself, and I'm going to put mental health on a higher priority, so that when things come up, you take a look at yourself and you say, can I mentally do this? Is this going to be too taxing for me right now? Should I, spend some time sleeping? Should I spend some time relaxing? And guys, trust me, relaxing can be part of the work. You can build it into your schedule so that you are a happier person. You are not as stressed. You can be more focused. And it does so much. So I talked about how when you start becoming more physically healthy, you're doing those workouts, you're doing those walks or runs or going to the gym or whatever, it actually makes a impact on you mentally. And because it increases those endorphins going on in your brain. But relaxing is just as important to that, guys. Relaxing, spending time with doing things that you like to do, whether it's video games, whether it's like crochet, whether it's just sleeping or being with your family or your spouse or your loved ones. It makes such a big difference, guys. You cannot just put yourself in a hole, in a cave, and just work on something until it's done. Your body is not created to do that. And I learned the hard way. So yeah, those are my thoughts on health. I just wanted to put that out there, guys, because it's something that I have seen more and more people fall into this trap that you only have to work on your physical body, and then on top of that, people are using excuses, and it just makes the problem worse, guys. Please try not to make an excuse. I want to challenge you guys. At least go out and, start walking for 20 minutes a day, 30 minutes a day. Maybe even, 30 minutes a week if that's what it takes to get started. But start small, take those baby steps, and get it started. And persistence, guys. Persistence creates a healthy body. So yeah, I know that was kind of a more serious topic to start on, but it's something I have been thinking very much about recently, especially since I'm graduating from college. And yeah, I was just like taking a look back at my last 4 years and seeing all my mistakes and all the worry and stress that I had to go through to get that stupid diploma. Yeah. So, the next topic I wanted to talk about, and this has been subject of a lot of debates and has never fully been, there's never a winner. I want to talk about cats versus dogs. Yeah, let's talk about that, guys. So, man, where to start? Personally, I consider myself more of a dog person, but I love cats. People say cats are dogs, and I say dogs, and they're like, oh, you hate cats? No, I do not hate cats. I adore cats. I love cats. And, in my family, we have had cats almost my whole life. And we have had dogs a lot of, probably like the past 5-6 years now. So I adore dogs, I adore cats, but I understand the reasons on both sides. So I kind of wanted to point out some of the pros and cons to each, I guess. Let's see, where to start. So, big dogs or small dogs? I actually prefer small dogs because they are great for being both indoor and outdoor dogs. You don't have to worry about them getting muddy all the time. Um, you have more control over them. But I do understand how people who aren't dog people can kind of hate on dogs, because dogs tend to be so protective, and if not trained correctly, they can be kind of aggressive. And yeah, so I guess my saying there is I understand why people might not like dogs as much or might have an aversion to dogs. Um, but to those people, I say try getting a small dog. Those things, oh my gosh, they love to cuddle up with you. I mean, big dogs do too, but they can be more of a hassle. And I know one of the biggest reasons why cat people say not they don't like dogs is because they take up so much effort and so much time. But in my opinion, that time and effort is rewarded. I mean, you're earning that pet's loyalty forever, you know? Um, and they will show it back. They spend their lives, loving you and just you. Um, but I do also understand why people are cat people. You know, cats are interesting. Cats are very interesting. Cats, in my experience, have extremely different personalities. Oh my gosh. You will never find a cat that has a similar personality to another cat. Let me tell you. I've seen so many cats, and none of them have ever been the same. Ever been the same. So that's a good thing about cats. Another good thing about cats, they don't require that much of you. They require you to leave them alone a lot, that's for sure. But they don't require that much. So if you are an extremely busy person and you can't have time for a dog or even a small dog, cats, they are very self-reliant. And I put that on both the pros and cons list, because some people want that attention and want that closeness to their pet. And dogs give you that, They love you. They love it when you pet them, no matter what. Whether they're happy, sad, mad, scared, sleeping, they're going to love it. So self-reliance, that can be a pro or a con. If you want a pet that loves being around you, I mean, cats will love being around you, but they can have extremely different personalities. You never know what they're going to want. And sometimes actually cats are a lot of work. My little sister right now, she has a cat, and every time you wake up in the morning, he's waiting for someone to wake up, and the first person that wakes up, he's going to run to and he's going to scream at you until you give him food. Even if he has food, he wants you to give him food, and he wants you to pet him while he eats, or he won't eat. Now, that's a little much for me. But then any other time of the day, he wants you to leave him alone. You want to go pet the cat? Oh, too bad. He's not gonna want it. He's not gonna want it. So, thank you guys for listening to my very first podcast episode, where we talked about some health thoughts and some cat and dog thoughts. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm gonna try to do this at least once a week, maybe once every other week if I have to. But I'm really excited, and thank you guys for listening. This has been What's Under the Sun, and I will see you guys later.